Alright. Patch 6.01 just went up, so let's see if we can try to get some stuff done. Let's see if we can get some fresh content in. So I'm glad I got there in time, so I don't have to deal with this login queue. It's gonna be crazy in the morning. Um, but yeah, whenever Henry gets his headset charged, I'm gonna I'm gonna start this new quest up. I'm excited, new raid content, new gear. It's been a while. All right. Hey, Liz. You live in here now, huh, Liz? You live here. The crystal from beyond gives us some materia nines. MG nods at you as if she was expecting your arrival. It appears my calculations are correct. I knew that at this very spot, I would encounter none other than Ashitaka, the hero who saw us through the final days. So certain was I of my math that I stood here for, well, let's not concern ourselves with that. I am Nemgigi, assistant to one Professor Claudian. We work with the Atayascope to observe the ethereal sea and delve into its myriad mysteries. Some mysteries, though, are beyond even our capabilities to unravel. The strange crystal we but recently discovered, for instance, defies our every conjecture. You've been to the center of the star and far beyond it, however, so we hope that you may see something in this crystal that we academics do not. I beg you lend us your well-traveled eye at Aporia. Professor Claudian will be eagerly awaiting your arrival. Oh. Pumped. Let's go. Crystal from beyond. Is that an image of Heidel? Oof. Good morning. Ah, almost forgot I need to feed my character. Hold on. There you go. Carry my slices with me. Mm-hmm. 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 Alright. You see a red mage eating pizza in your face? Most most highly likely that it's probably most likely me. Probably. Claudian. Okay, can I click on you? There we go. Greetings, Ashitaka, and welcome to my humble laboratory. I'm sure Namjiji has already told you plenty about us, but allow me to introduce myself personally. I am Claudian, leader of this little research collective. Probably. I must admit, I have been nervous about this meeting ever since Nimgigi set out to find you. For a researcher in my field, there's no greater an honor than to meet the first man in history to traverse the ethereal sea and return to tell the tale. That's right. I went and I came back. The professor speaks often and at length of your deeds, but he has no small number of achievements to his own name. He has peered deeper into the ethereal sea than any other in Charlene, and the breadth of his knowledge is peerless. Peerless, perhaps, but for a single man, we must seize this precious opportunity to learn what we can from him, and perhaps crack his conundrum that has stumped the three of us for moons. It was we who peered into the fathomless sea from the ante-tower in the Dravinian hinterlands. There we spoke with Heidelin and learned of the fate that would befall this star, the final days. You guys spoke with Heidelin? Really? Soon thereafter, all research was moved to Larinthos, and through the Atioscope did we continue our vigil. As impressive a work as the device is, however, it can glimpse but a fraction of the sea's infinite depth. Which brings us to the matter at hand. Long after the exodus was declared, we recovered an unusual crystal shard during a routine observation. It appeared before us suddenly, as if propelled to the surface by some unknown force. We found that it possessed an ethereal density that exceeds that of normal crystals by orders of magnitude, and its shape resembles nothing which occurs in the natural world. It was made, not formed. Unfortunately, that was the extent of the information we could glean before we were forced to turn our records towards the Exodus. The crystal was very nearly forgotten amidst the sudden upheaval. But thanks to the efforts of a certain someone, the crisis is now behind us, and we are free to resume our research. Thus, we decide to seek you out, the dauntless adventurer who delved into the unknown and beheld its innermost secrets. And now we would have you see for yourself. Curious on this man-made crystal energy. Here is the crystal in question. If it resembles aught you have encountered before, even by the smallest degree, please say so. What could it be? It's a Zems. Oh, wait. You've seen these before. I know of someone who bears a similar crystal. As I thought, you do know what this is. Please tell me everything. Alright, sit down, make some tea. So back in my day, you see what happened was, and then pizza. I see. The Asians used these to transfer their memories to new vessels. Fascinating indeed. It was plain that this crystal was special somehow, but this revelation surpasses even my considerable expectations. Similar artifacts have appeared throughout the ages, memories of martial techniques manifested as crystalline shards on the battlefield, or storage stones passed from master to student. A comparison between said artifacts and this crystal may prove a fruitful first step in unveiling its true nature. What do you think, Professor? Ascian memories? Windows through which we can gaze upon the convocation of 14? Unlike the crystal in Ashitaka's story, this one does not bear the mark of the convocation. Who, then, could these memories belong to? And more importantly, why were they stored in this particular shard? More importantly still, why is it set adrift on the ethereal sea? He's like, I don't know. You guys are lost. We don't know what these stones do. Professor! Professor! Claudian. This guy's, huh? Yes. Yes? I'm well aware that the contemplation is the key to breakthrough, but there is proprietary to consider. We have a guest. One you invited explicitly. We must do this every time? Yikes, get told off. Look at his face, jaw drops. Look at his face. What? Ah, yes, of course, our guest. Terribly sorry I do so easily find myself unmoored by the tides of rumination. Perhaps a more engaging use of your time with us would be for you to take up that crystal. If indeed there are memories stored within, they may reveal themselves to you upon contact. Let's give it a shot. Touch the crystal. Touch it. Touch the crystal. If anyone, message, come, pandemonium, please. Faces, grave threat, star, in danger. Those are some major key words. That expression does not bode well. What did you see? And the days are still kind of coming. Pandemonium? Tis not a word I have heard before. If my knowledge of the ancient tongue serves me, it means all demons. Not a name that inspires optimism, all things considered. In the event that another star-shattering cataclysm is in fact bearing down upon us, I would have the aforementioned examples of crystallized memory to hand. Nemgigi, Rizanod, I entrust their procurement to you. If there are more memories to be extracted from this crystal, we will find them. As for you, Ashitaka, there is a person I would have you seek, the one who has delivered so dire a warning. Your story tells us that this crystal could very well have been made by one of the ancients. If that is the case, then discerning the nature of this pandemonium would require a trip far into the past, to an era before the Sundering. I know of only one individual capable of such a feat, the very hero who would traverse time to prevent the world's doom. I must confess, the tales people tell of your adventure beggar belief, and their veracity has been a subject of much debate among my peers. After today's meeting, however, there can be no doubt in my mind that every incredible exploit is fact. So I ask you now, return to the past. Find out what and where Pandemonium is, and if we need be concerned by this message. Hmm. Alright, I'm on it. Thank you. For the time being, you should keep the crystal in your possession. I do not think you have seen the last of its memories, and more may be drawn out as you approach their source. Safe travels, and may we meet again soon to share our findings. I feel like I've been traveling through time so many times in like I've just been traveling through time in everything I've been playing. It's crazy. Time travel is getting a lot of hand right now. All right, journey to the ocular and approach the portal. It's in Nordrent. Crystarium. I'm just a warrior of light. The time traveler of light, you should call me. All they're doing is traveling time in this game. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get in this gate. Into the ocular. It's been a minute. I haven't been here in a while. Well, since I last spoke with a little bit, so. Back in time. Here we go. We're going back in time. Hey, if receives this message, come, Pandemonium, quickly. Here we go. Oh, oh, that didn't sound good. That didn't sound good at all. Yikes. Landed straight on my back. Back in Elpis. Ugh. Huh? Confused boy. Could it be? Confused boy. No, of course not. Apologies. But for the briefest moment I thought you to be a dear friend of mine. I realize now that such a notion is preposterous. He told me a falling star would appear before me, and I suppose you must be it. Truth be told, I did not expect the expression to be so literal. I guess I am a falling star. Themis? Ah, apologies for not introducing myself properly. My name is Themis. As you can see by my bare face, I am not one of Elpis's observers. Rather, I am come here on an assignment which has been more or less routine up until this very moment. You certainly do know how to make an entrance. I must wonder what brought you here, for it is plain that you do not belong here or any place I know for that matter. I am seems familiar. It appears my initial impression was not so preposterous after all. I did not know my friend had such a unique familiar at his disposal. Well, if you are here at Azem's behest, then I believe I can hazard a guess as to your purpose. You are here to investigate Pandemonium? Yes? How do you know? If so, we may be able to help one another. But first, might I trouble you to explain how you came to collide with my skull? Sorry. See, what had happened was... And then I fell. And then pizza. I see. I believe that dispels any major doubts I had concerning your intentions. Apologies for being so intrusive, but you must understand this is an uncommon occurrence. I shall pry no further, for I am well aware that we all have secrets we must keep. However, if I may, I would very much like to take a look at this crystal of yours. Everybody want to see my crystal. You show me yours, I show you mine. Here's my crystal. Fascinating. While I cannot say much as to what it contains, it is clear that there are memories stirring within. Memories that speak of something gravely amiss in Pandemonium. The facility extends beneath Elpis and is overseen by the worlds of La Habrea. La Habrea? It houses those creations that are highly valued as research subjects and highly dangerous to the star. Naturally, It is strictly guarded and under constant surveillance. Several days ago, however, an unnatural shift in the flow of its surrounding ether was detected. Soon thereafter, all communications from Pandemonium ceased. I am here as representative of an organization that works directly with the convocation and have been tasked with investigating this incident. Now that there is some measure of transparency between us, might I offer a suggestion as to what we should do next? Hmm. Give me 5 quick arm materials? Why? Take that savage aim though. During the course of your investigation, you may discover valuable artifacts. These can be exchanged for equipment by speaking with Mylene in Aporia or Joel in Ratatan. We're familiars there. Themis is eager to commence the investigation into Pandemonium. I'm eager too. Now then, my proposal is a simple one. Let us journey to Pandemonium together. Our destination is the same, and I suspect the arrangement would work to our mutual benefit. Besides, I should have no trouble gaining us both access. I do hope you agree. I would be loath to part ways from the falling star I had been waiting so long for. Okay, I'll be here. Originally, I had planned to conduct my investigation with the friend I mentioned earlier. He had also noticed an anomaly near Pandemonium, so it only seemed natural that we should investigate it together. However, he eventually decided that it would be unwise for us both to go. If two members of our organization were seen poking our heads about restricted facilities, it could raise questions, you see? I decided to go alone, but he left me with these words. Fear not, for in my absence the star shall fall before you. While I could not comprehend this meaning at the time, I believe now I understand. He does have a way with being right about these things. Even so, his hints of what to come are generally more cryptic. I suppose I should have kept my gaze to the heavens. Suffice to say that I am grateful for your presence either way. As for the matter at hand, we must first gain permission from the words of La Habrea for entry into Pandemonium. There ought to be a speaker waiting at Agnorasaurus. Words of La Habrea speaker. What a fascinating etheric signature. Ahem. In accordance with the convocation's request, the two of you have been granted leave to observe Pandemonium. I shall register your ether for your records. From this point on, you may freely come and go from Pandemonium as you please. Now, that was a painless process. I take this as a sign that we were meant to conduct our investigations together. No? Of course, while you have been permitted entry into the facility, the specimens housed inside must be handled with the utmost care. You are to heed the warder's instructions at all times. Alright? Those who conduct their work within Pandemonium are called warders, for their role with respect to the creatures within. Generally, creations that pose a threat to the safety of the star must be undone. However, the words of La Habrea has deemed certain such creations as worthy of further study, interring them within the facility. Those who spend their days in Pandemonium are not merely researchers. They must work tirelessly to ensure that none of their subjects slip their shackles. For all intents and purposes, the place is a dungeon. Perhaps such a comparison arouses frightful imagery, but Pandemonium is a frightful place. I know not the purpose of your investigation, but if you discover aught that merits a report, pray do so with utmost haste. Master La Habrea shall guide us upon the proper course of action from there. Then I take it that means you have detected nothing amiss as of late? The warders have reported nothing that would cause alarm. Minor fluctuations in the ether have been observed. But surely Master La Habrea would have acted if they were anything worth worrying about. I see. It appears La Habrea is kept well abreast of the goings-ons here. Ben, I hope I'm not overstepping my boundaries by asking, but you seem to be quite familiar with Master La Habrea. Do you know him? Know him? We've met. That a mere familiar would have had the honor to meet Master La Habrea? He is not known to easily afford others his time, so you must be extraordinary indeed to be granted even a moment of it. Regardless, while I doubt I need to tell you this, he is of the convocation. Take care that your actions do not hinder his work. And with that, we are free to make our way to Pandemonium. The noose that will take us there is on the eastern bank of Lith. Let us delay no further. Let's go then. Let's go. So are we going like from here? Or is it on this side? Oh, there's a teleport over here. I had to contain my surprise for the sake of appearances, but is it true that you too have met La Habrea in the flesh? I find you more fascinating by the moment. Still, I shall refrain from asking too many questions. Secrets will make our journey all the more intriguing. We shall come to know each other in time, I wager, or else why would fate have orchestrated our meeting? In any case, let us be off. Truth be told, this will be my first time beholding the fabled Pandemonium with my own eyes. Here's to a new adventure, eh? Here's to a new adventure. Let's go to Pandemonium! Yikes. It is much as I feared. The speaker seemed in such high spirits for a moment I thought the ethereal irregularity not nearly so grave a portent as I had imagined. Alas, 'twas a fleeting and vain hope. To gaze upon this complex network of chains and wards, the untrained eye might not sense anything awry. No effort has been spared in making this place impenetrable. This place looks insane. Absolutely insane. absolutely insane. Even the finest of masterworks is not without its flaws, however. Someone or something is tampering with the protections. It is working from within, eroding them from the inside out. Hmm? Fear not. There is no immediate danger. I reinforced what protections I could for the moment we arrived. This will not put an end to whatever is occurring, but it shall at least serve to slow its progress. One small victory, though the road ahead of us is yet long. Yes, powerful forces are at work here. The silence in the air speaks volumes. While I did not expect a bustling facility, I see not a single mortar. Our first course of action should be to seek one out, wherever they may be. However, there is something you must know. The magic I wove upon entering requires my constant awareness. That is to say, if we are forced to fight, I cannot risk joining you in battle. Yikes. Should I lose focus, Pandemonium's protection will rapidly crumble before the force assailing them. Were there another way, I would gladly choose it. But let us at least be grateful for that neither of us is here alone, trapped in hopeless circumstances. If we should fail to find a peaceable solution, then I hope that I can rely on your strength to see us through. Of course, you have my promise. Thank you for offering your help so willingly. If weapons are drawn, I hope to be able to lend at least a touch of magical support. Creation magic do have their uses in that regard. I had it in mind to use your aether as a basis for illusionary allies that will fight at your side. Perhaps 7 shall do. Not exactly an army, but by the looks of you, a formidable band nonetheless. Yeah, I'll find folks in my duty finder. Then, so shall it be. Now, what, I wonder, awaits us in the Pandemonium's pitiless halls? Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Where that Q at? Asphodelos, the first circle. The discovery of a crystal born from the far reaches of the ethereal sea and the desperate plague contained within lead you once more to Alpus, where your trajectory quite literally collides with that of a young man named Themis. Like you, he is here for answers, seeking the source of an etheric disturbance culminating in the loss of contact with the goal housing the ancients' most dangerous creations. It is this place, this pandemonium, into which you now descend. Let's go. Let's do this. Do this. Got a 17-minute wait time? Yeah, okay. This place looks absolutely bonkers. Gotta have my pizza while I wait. Alright, let's get your food check. Gear is all fixed. Ready. We're ready. We are ready. Alright. Lock and load. First circle. Place looks absolutely crazy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This appears to be one of the warders we seek, but I'm afraid he is no state to answer questions. I don't think he's gonna answer any questions either. Whoa. Alright. Order of the Condemned. Erechthonios. Okay. Let's figure this guy out. Goler's Flail. Oop, that's one half, okay. The other side, okay. Flail again. Heavy hand. What is this? I guess. Does this work like this? We need two of them in here. Ooh. Or is it the opposite, I think? Oh, I'm dead. Can't figure out those flames. What is it? Let's see. Hot spell, overwhelmed by the power of fire. Okay. What is this? What is this? Aether chain. Ooh. Aether Flail. Yep. So we get on the red because he's shining on the white ones. Okay. Okay, not too bad. Candles on the fires. This isn't too bad. Golden. Intemperance. What is that? Okay, so I think oh, okay, it's the opposite. Now I understand. Okay. You got the healer. Cast on fire. Emboldened. Not too bad. It wasn't too bad at all. GG. First try. GG, first try. How we get it done. First try, 5 in the morning. Did it. Alright. What can we get from this loot? A nice job on the tank. Let's see what we got here. I want the body piece. I rolled a 10 for the body? get something out of it. Oof. I got the ring. Oh wait, I have to go turn it in. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. That was a thrilling display, and if I may be so vaunting, the warriors I spun from your aether fought even more splendidly than I had anticipated. I suppose they were cut from excellent cloth after all. We should wait until this man regains his senses. He wears the robes of a warder, and I would be very curious to know what drove him to attack a sight unseen. Ashitaka, he stirs. What? What came over me? It, it's coming back to me. My mind was filled with a storm of desperation, anger. I leapt at you, though I knew naught of your intentions. Pray accept my apologies and my thanks. Had you not knocked some sense back into me, I may have fallen upon someone less capable of defending themselves. No problem. I'll do it again. I am Erichthonios, a warder of Asphodelos, Pandemonium's highest layer, and the place we're in now. One must wonder why you were so desperate to keep us out. What is happening in Pandemonium? The creations interred with Asphodelos has been set free, and stalk its halls to no end but violence. That is not good, to say the least. Has this ever happened before? No, never. Each level of Pandemonium is under the charge of a keyword who keeps strict control over the most minute aspects of their domain. They're selected with great care and their loyalty to Master La Habrea is absolute. Yet something has gone terribly wrong. Try as we might to hold the line, the chaos within is so overwhelming. I hardly realized that I had become separated from my colleagues. I remember a chorus of whispers assailing my senses, and afterwards only flashes of rage and fury. Then blackness, from which I awoke to find that whatever had overcome me was gone. I see. Your senses may have been muddled by magics that affect the mind. Perhaps the self-same ones that saw you separated from the other warders. Whatever had taken hold of me, thank you for releasing me from its clutches. That you've come here from the surface must mean some word of our plight has reached the outside world. If you know anything that may help, pray tell. Horror among horrors. So Pandemonium's protections are indeed being dismantled from within? By the same individual or individuals that released its captives and set them upon you, no doubt. Such knowledge avails us little, however, if we cannot ascertain their identity. Themis, was it? You said you worked for an organization under the auspices of the Convocation. Were they to receive word of what was transpired here? What measures would they take? Hmm. Doubtless they would consider this place to be a lost cause. Pandemonium's ties to the outside world would be severed, or perhaps it would be wiped from existence entirely. As I thought. Were the creatures to escape into the outside world, there would be untold carnage. The words of La Habrea would never risk that, despite what value their research subjects may hold. All the more reason to work with haste. If we can't expect further help, then it falls upon me to save the others. I'll not leave them behind. Alright, let's go for the others. You would go alone? I won't leave the other warriors to face certain doom. I know they fight for survival even now. They wouldn't abandon their duty. They would see the creatures return to their cells at all costs. And so I must do the same. Themis, I know the request I'm about to make of you is a monumental one, but please, say not a word of this to the convocation until I've been given a chance to set things right. Forgive my rudeness, Erichthonios, but my decision cannot be swayed by emotion. You would only be co-signing yourself into an early death. Strength of resolve alone cannot win the face of overwhelming odds. That being said, our investigation has only begun, and we would be remiss to turn back ere we made an exhaustive survey. So, for the time being, there is slightly more than resolve to rely upon. Love it. I knew you'd be all too eager to join us. Of course. So therefore, each moment since you fell from the skies have been more interesting than the last. More and more you remind me of my dear friend, which goes some way toward encouraging me that this matter will yet reach a satisfactory conclusion. So, you agreed to help? For the moment, our goals align. The protective magics of Pandemonium yet hold, so for the moment time is in our favor. Let us proceed upon the course you and Ashitaka have set upon us. Upon. My character's so chill. He's like, yeah, I got this. Themis and Ashitaka, yes? Thank you. The warders owe you a great debt already. You're welcome. Just pass those tomes. Let me get some gear. We shall be glad to have someone familiar with Pandemonium's halls by our side. A party of 3 is ever so much more entertaining than a party of 2. Now, let us turn our attention to rescuing your colleagues. Perhaps it would be wise to approach the gates, in case any have followed you out. Place looks huge. That was just the gate. We're still at the gate. That's the games. Erichthonios. Erichthonios is peering into the depths of Pandemonium. Not a sound can be heard from within, which means neither creature nor water has made it this far. We should begin forming a plan to save them at once. Forgive me if I misunderstand, but do you mean to rescue the waters and creations both? Naturally. Although they may be dangerous, they're valuable research subjects. I wouldn't see our labor, our untold hours of study, go to waste. I dare say La Habrea would smile to hear you say such a thing. That is, if we had cause to report this incident to him. Smile? I'm not sure his face is capable of such warmth. Yikes. Ah, so yeah, you have met him before? I was under the impression he rarely visited Pandemonium. I have, yes. My mentor was the previous head of this facility, so that is to say, La Habrea's predecessor is in the position of chief keyword. Her name was Athena, and she was a researcher with the words. It was she who appointed me to this position, in fact. I see. I did not know there was a chief keyword before La Habrea. Your motivation to save your research subjects is not entirely driven by duty to the words. Then, you wish also to preserve the work of your mentor. You have the right of it. I'm lacking in ideas of how to go about that, however. I'm a mere warder and cannot wield intermittent magics. You could still do something. Ah, but of course, I can hardly expect you to be versed in the magics we use here. If you recall, during our battle earlier, I bound you in ethereal shackles. Intermit is a more refined and powerful magic based upon the same principles. While both are used to keep our subjects docile, only the keyword of each tier is permitted to use intermit. Even if I were allowed, I lack the aptitude to use the spell to any notable effect. Fascinating. I have some knowledge of these forms of spellcraft, actually. Lahabrea himself established their foundation, if I recall. While shackles are meant to bind an object in place for a short time, intermit freezes the very space around it for as long as the caster wills. Wow. I'm afraid my knowledge ends here. I have not the precise understanding of how the invocations interact with natural laws that would be needed to cast said spells with any consistency. While I consider myself well versed in various magics, it would be ill-advised to assume the duties of keyword without instruction. That being said, if I were to learn more of intermit and its inner workings, perhaps. Well, you have a warder standing in front of you. Well, the solution is obvious when you put it like that. Ericthonios, you imply that what prevented you from performing intermit was lack of magical capacity. What if I supplemented your power with my own? Would the spell succeed then? I can't say for certain. I've never heard of such a thing being done. I believe it may be our best recourse. That is, of course, assuming you can perform the initial rites and incantations flawlessly. Even the smallest misstep, and we wouldn't have to start over. Okay. You needn't worry about that. I've seen the spells cast so many times that their no emotions have been burned into my memory. I won't disappoint. Very well. Let us work out the specifics afterwards. Once we do, we can test out our methods on one of the escaped creatures. Though I suppose there is the matter of finding one. It would be foolish to rush in blindly, lest we find ourselves surrounded with naught by an untested stratagem at our disposal. Nay, I would prefer to engage a single creature that Ashitaka could dispatch of his own if the spell were to go awry. I agree, and I may have an idea in that regard. I recall seeing the hippocampus wandering the waterways during my flight. Perhaps it's still there. Few of the subjects housed within Asphodelos are fond of water, and I believe we'll be able to engage the beast without fear of unwanted guests. And that shall be our first target, or perhaps subject, in a better term. Before we commence with the intermittent magics, the creature should be weakened to a sufficient degree. I believe I can trust you with that task. Got it. As dependable as ever. Once you have given it a thorough trouncing, we shall bind this hippocampus with the keywords magic. Until then, my illusions shall fight by your side. The hippocampus will be alone, but it's a daunting opponent nonetheless. Its magic warps the environment around it, and it will be at home amidst the waterways. Steel yourself for a fight. Second circle, now accessible. Let's do this. Second circle. That there be a pop. Whoa. Whoa. Mythic creation, the hippocampus. Alright, let's do this. Double impact, okay. Tank Buster. Spoken Cataract. What is this? The line AoE. Big one. Murky Depths. What is this? Floods the place with tainted flood. Gotta get on the platform. Kinda like the dodges they used to. Light mage down. Got you up, bro. Back together to resolve. things are very meaty. It's only at 62%. Get on the platform and do Tainted Flood. Now what? Now what? Gotta get away from those AoEs. Open Cataract, that line AoE, watch out. Get ready for Embolden in about 10 seconds. Yikes, 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 yikes. Ooh, ate that twice. Ate that twice. I didn't see that cross. Good thing I didn't pop Embolden yet. Back together for that. Association. What is that? Severed head appears. Oh, okay. It's going to be like a line AoE with a knockback. Okay. I see it. Took long enough. Sewage deluge. Whoa. White mage. Oof, that hit me. Ugh. That water on me. Golden. Oh, that water hurt me. The water hurts, the water hurts. Yikes. Ugh,
I didn't run inside enough. Phew. Alright, that'll be 3% LB. GG. A little rough with those intersections, those intercrossing AoEs, but all in all, it was alright. What did we get for that? I want the body. Roll, people. Roll for your loot. I got the helmet and the ring. Okay. I knew that you were no mere mercenary, but to make such clean work of the hippocampus, seasoned fighters scarcely have occasion to visit Pandemonium, let alone display their skills. Mastery takes all forms, indeed. Needless to say, our plan worked to perfection, in no small part thanks to you, too. Themis' power was more than enough to complete the interment. Spellcasting was never my strong suit, but the almost made me feel like a proper magus. Truly, having seen your abilities firsthand in your fight with Flashitaka, I beg to disagree. Shackles is the one exception, and 'tis only because I've been forced to practice it since I was but a small child. Other magics leave me feeling completely out of my depth. Regardless, it seems luck is on my side. To guide me to you, we may prove the impossible possible after all. Oh. Dennis is pondering the road ahead. While our success in sealing away the hippocampus is certainly heartening, the fact that we have yet to see any other orders concerns me. The keyword of Asphodelos is nothing if not cautious. Doubtless he has gathered the warders he could and retreated to a safe area. Let us hope so. It occurs to me that I know little of the keywords besides their magical powers. Is there aught more you can share? Of course, a man named Hesperos is in charge of Asphodelos. Not only does he have through knowledge of the creatures here, thorough knowledge, but he takes great pains to be a mentor of each of the warders until under his charge. He has done much to ensure that I flourish here, in spite of my ineptitude at magic, and I have always known him to be sort of a man who faces difficult decisions with unwavering composure. Furthermore, keywords are not only masters of interment, they can also bend the hallway of Pandemonium to their will with the creation magics. With all this in mind, I am certain that so long as Hesperos guides them, the other warders are safe. I can see why absolute control over the environs is imperative. Had we faced the hippocampus upon arid sands instead of the waterways, I suspect the battle would have ended much more quickly. I can see why absolute. Yeah, that's right. In any case, if this Asperos is as capable and caring as you say, we would do well to seek him out as soon as we can. He has, as not taken your colleagues to a secure location. The safest place would be the innermost circle of Asphodelos. From there, they could flee to Absos, if hard pressed. Abyssos. Even should they have sought safe haven within the other circles, if we make for the fourth, we ought to encounter them on the way.
Indeed, and we shall gain a comprehensive understanding of the situation with
Asphodelos, which will be essential in determining whether we ought to continue down to Abyssos.
Thereof, of course,
Is that I myself possess no power to bend the circles to my will. Instead, we must proceed through the central corridor, which was barred by the Phoenix last I checked.
Phoenix? I've heard the name before. A fiery bird with life eternal. Beyond unquenchable brilliance, the perfected concept boasts nigh boundless restorative powers. If I recall, truly an exemplary feat of creation magics. Perfection is ever built on the back of failure. However, La Habrea suffered countless missteps during his experiments. And he was hardly the only one. This Phoenix will be but one of many attempts at the concept gone awry. Hey, far from invoking wonder, our Phoenix is a creature of fury and wrath, and seeks only to return the world to ash. Thus was it confined within Pandemonium. Development of the concept continued elsewhere, but as the moons turned, more and more researchers abandoned the project as an impossibility, save for La Habrea and his words. When I received word that at long last La Habrea had succeeded where so many others had failed, I was nearly overcome. Pray tell, how did the warders of Pandemonium celebrate their master's accomplishment? I don't believe we did. The research of the words of La Habrea has little consequence to our work here, save for those rare times it charges us with a new specimen. Truth be told, I don't remember anyone making note of the occasion. But enough reminiscing. We must make ready to confront the Phoenix. While it's impossible that it flew off to some other wing of Pandemonium, we would make the assumption that at our own peril. Better to assume that we'll need to bring up Asphodelos, his most unruly subject, to heal. So what's that? I can certainly see no reason to delay. The Phoenix's power over flame will avail. It far less in a barren corridor than elsewhere. Ugh, can't read today. Whoa. Whoa. What? Whoa. Hold on, I have to adjust my headphones. Testing, testing. Second. There we go. Can you hear me? Hold on. It seems whoever is behind this can alter the space around us at will. We face an uphill battle. Here we go. Impossible. If those were creation magics at work, then that means... Let us confront that reality after we have conquered the enemy in front of us. Every drop of our focus shall be required if we are to enter the Phoenix. Alright, third circle. Here we go. Alright. Test this. Mic check, 1, 2.
Yep.
Perfect, I hear you. Sorry, I had to adjust my headset from the previous headset I was using. Yeah. Alright. Third circle. Alright. Give me a few seconds before I hit join. Just give me a few seconds. Alright. I'm back. I'm back. Oh wait, no, that's the second. Not too shabby so far, right?
Yeah, it's been pretty easy.
Yeah, been pretty smooth. Just have to figure out that second turn when they flood, that intersection that he does, like the cross. It's pretty big. Other than that, both of those fights are pretty easy going. It's heavy on DPS though. So these are some chunky HPs we're dealing with. chunky. Third circle, let's go. This place looks nuts. Mythic creation, the Phoenix. It's the Phoenix. It's all about that Phoenix. Alright, let's go. Oh, we got 2 red mages. Alright, let's do this. Red mage down already. Oof, almost backflipped. Glad I did it. Did he not take my res? I gave him the res. Ooh, that hurt. Heat of condemnation. What is that? What is that darkened fire?
Not sure.
Debuffs? No.
It looks like they were attached to people. Right? Yep.
Uh-oh, this looks big. You got the res. That's... Ooh, DPS check, yep. I think it's gonna have to separate them. Holy. Another one. Scorch. Okay. Not too bad. Now what? What's happening? What's happening? Oof.
Left. Or right.
Yep.
Legend Flight. I see where this is going. Got the revive. Okay, great. Emboldening soon. Emboldened. Oof. Get some heals. Let's get some heals. Come on. I know you can do it. Oof. Ooh-wee. Oof. Oh, got clipped. Yikes. After all of those, I gotta stay on the edge. Got it. I don't know what the Dark and Fires do.
If you have a AoE, you can stand next to one.
Got it. Okay, you drop them on there.
Yep.
Got it.
Left or right.
Scorch, Exaltation. Red. Embolden. Oh, shit. That's some hard hitting. Spread out. Oof. Stay on the edge. Emboldened. It's gonna hurt. On the edge. GG. GG. That wasn't too bad of a fight. Nice. Nice work. Wow. Wow. Alright. Commendation. Want that chest piece. I'm not gonna get that chest piece. Oh, 93 on the chest. I'm gonna pass on everything else. I want that chest piece. Probably gonna need 4 of those chest pieces. Yep. Oh. Are there gonna be a weekly cap on these?
Yeah, you can only get one per
Turn.
trial.
Yeah. That's fine. With that, the phoenix is shackled once more. However, there is yet the matter of this arena. As you've told us, there is but one person in Asphodelos with the ability and authority to wield such magics. Though, fortunately, it appears he has saved us the trouble of finding him. Is it a contemptible display, as befits an inferior specimen? Even so, I expected it would at least delay your advance. Imagine my surprise when I saw the chains of interments drag the phoenix back into its cage. Either the bird is even more of a failure than its creators care to admit, or you are no means trespassers. I had hoped our suspicions were misplaced, but alas. Is it? Oof. Oof. Keyword Hesperos. Why? Why have you brought such chaos to your beloved Pandemonium? Pandemonium, pitiless, impenetrable, and utterly steadfast, unlike those charged with its keeping. What has possessed you? I don't understand. Oh, Ericthonios, must you pester me with these inane questions? Think for yourself. Surely you can muster a theory or two with that dimwit of yours. Then again, you have never been one for insight. Why Master La Habrea suffers your mediocrity, I shall never understand. Yikes. You may look like him, but you're not the Hesperus I know. Something has warped you, too, from the inside out. The keyword I knew had compassion for all those under his charge, they be clad in robes or shackled in chains. Was that all a farce? Did you hide your contempt for us all these years? Those who are content to merely glimpse the water's surface are doomed to be dragged into its depths. You prove my opinion of you with every word. Yikes. This guy is full of it. My mind is clearer than it has ever been. Even now, seeing you feebly grasp for answers makes the bile rise in my throat. This guy is full of it. Such wasted potential to be son to Master La Habrea, yet no more skilled with magic than a newborn babe. Yikes! This guy has all the hate right now. But of course, it's always about La Habrea. Silence. You are not worthy to utter his name. Like your glasses, though. For once, be grateful to witness a feat beyond your meager abilities. Beyond your shallow reckoning, I have slipped the surely bonds of mortality. I have become one with our mythic creations and rid myself of imperfections. I stand upon the threshold of godhood. Yeah, sure. As a hemitheos shall I serve Master La Habrea, ever faithful unto the end of days. What? You just do. And he shall require no other. I think not. Oh, Themis. Wow. Pop that spell. Are you so blinded by arrogance that you have lost sight of what it means to serve? Ericthonios is more capable than you could ever know. It was thanks to his instruction that I was able to master the art of interment, both how to wield it and how to break free of it. Ashitaka, let us quit this place. Whatever poison has corrupted Hesperos' mind is in plain. His power far eclipses our own. We must have time to gather our strength. Oof. Weaklings though they may be, it takes a singular aptitude to master intermittent so quickly, to say nothing of how swiftly that familiar laid low the Phoenix. Regardless, their noble aims will be their undoing. Where they fritter away their strength in calming the beast of Asphodelos, I continue my work. Even should they survive long enough to reach the heart of my domain, naught shall await them but doom. I eagerly await your arrival, Ericthonios. Even dullards have their uses. Man, this guy is insulting AF. Man, Hesperos got all the lines. He got all the lines. My darkest suspicions have been realized. We face the keyword of Asphodelos himself. More than that revelation, however, Ericthonios worries me. He loved Hesperos for his compassion, but received naught but scorn from whatever the keyword has become. He has said little since our return. I only hope that the shock of recent events does not prove to be the death knell for his resolve.
Themis would offer what comfort he can to Erechthonios. There's a lot of material I'm getting. Much I am loath to disturb Erechthonios so soon after what just occurred. I am afraid circumstances do not afford us the luxury of time. Perhaps it will do him well to speak about recent events concerning both the keyword and his father. The creation of the ward which surrounds Pandemonium was an astounding feat of magical prowess, a feat accomplished by none other than La Habrea. That both my father and I bind others in chains is perhaps the only thing that we have in common. Ah, so it is true. I am La Habrea's son. Wow. Bereft of his talent for magics or his brilliant mind, but his son nonetheless. Surely this doesn't come entirely as a surprise to you. Nay, I had an inkling when you said you had practiced ethereal shackles since childhood. Assuming you haven't been employed here quite that long, it had to indicate some long-held connection with La Habrea. It was La Habrea that taught me how to cast ethereal shackles, but that was it. My further education was overseen by the words of La Habrea, more specifically, my mother, who was a researcher here. Did you speak of Athena, chief keyword before La Habrea? She is your mother, yes? Wow. How astute. I can see now why you were chosen to lead this investigation. You have the right of it. Athena was my mother, and it was she who invited me to join her here. La Habrea had nothing to do with it. Interesting. I see there is a little love lost between you two. What I cannot see is why La Habrea was appointed chief keyword when another was already in place. Was in place. My mother is no longer with us. Ah. And La Habrea was all too eager to assume her responsibilities, with nary a moment spared to mourn her. What love do I owe him now, when he offered not one drop of compassion then? Ah, I see. She is no longer with us. An expression to convey the end of a life. Yes. I have known only the public face of La Habrea. While he is lauded for his ability to maintain composure in the face of unnerving circumstances, I must admit that he comes across as cold. Apologies, but we can speak of something else? This topic isn't an easy one for me to discuss. Of course, there are more pressing matters at hand after all, namely, how to deal with Hesperos. We have yet to see the other warders. Judging by what we know, we can surmise that Hesperos has confined them somewhere beyond our grasp. And now that he is aware of our presence, he will be preparing for our next encounter. We cannot expect to face him on an equal footing. Quite the opposite, in fact. Every moment we spend chasing after the creations is another moment Hesperos has contrived another advantage for himself. The wisest course would be to find him first and foremost. Yikes. He said that he has become one of with the creations. Perhaps that means he is vulnerable to interment? In theory, that should be possible. However, it is enough merely to confine him after all he has done. I need to know why. I need to know what drove him to forsake everything he's worked for. Was it all truly so that he could serve his master? To my mind, he's merely but put La Habrea's own work at risk in trade for some nebulous power. La Habrea is the chief keyword of Pandemonium. How would throwing it into disarray win his favor? It doesn't make any sense.
share your curiosity, but we must consider that our enemy has us at a disadvantage in every sense. What do you think? Should we seek to put him in fetters, or would it be too dangerous to allow him quarter? If you fail to confine him, I will always strike him down. Let's catch him. Daring as ever I see. I know not which trials you have faced in your past, but to see you so certain is all the convincing I need. Very well, let us try Ericthonius' plan. Thank you, Ashitaka. I believe I can shed some light on the nature of our foe. When Hesperos spoke with us, I noticed he bore the telltale fangs of the Vicolacus, a beast which feeds off an ether of its prey. Likely that is the creation Hesperos merged his essence with. Ah, Vicolacus. And we all know too well that he can change the environment around himself at will. The battle will not be an easy one, but I believe in our victory. Basically a vampire. They're only giving us 4 turns this week?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, well. 4th turn it up. The discovery of a crystal born from afar. The perpetrator of the chaos. Oh, it's in the 3rd. My bad. Thank you. Let's see. Acuity is here for answers seeking the source of etheric disturbance, culminating the loss of contact with the goal, housing the ancient's most dangerous creations. Oh. I think now we're entering Pandemonium in the 4th circle. We've just been at the gate this whole time. I feel like we've been at the gate this whole time. Here we go. Here we go. It's Hesperos fight. Let's check it out. Let's do it. Oof. Alucard, is that you? Yikes. Let's go. What is that? Oof. Oof. Oh, we need to be all the way in the corner. Oof. Summoner? Sage? Anybody? Yikes, these guys got wiped out over there. Gotta give me some time to get these guys up. This. Stay all the way in this corner this time. Ah. Healer's dead. Hell Skewer. Fine AoE. What is this soundtrack right now? Blood Rake. Res, the sword and shield. You know what we got. Oy oy oy. That? Why don't we shift? Ooh, okay, I see. Get there quick. I got you. Or not. Leave that be. Get behind it, get behind it. Oh, this is a knockback. Oh my god. Okay. You gotta get knocked all the way across, not into the spikes. Okay, game. Okay, game. Wings on the red marker is a knockback. Re-up on food. Sword is a cleave, cape is a knockback. Circles with swords mean don't attack. Or like, or get in, not on your roll. Okay. Try this again.
an axe. Oh, very close, very close. Keep him on this diagonal, it's good. Oops. Messed up my MP. Golden. Ready, get ready. Is this a knockback or is this? That's a knockback. There we go. Oof, oof. Blood rake. The lone coils. Okay. DPS get in, don't attack. Okay. That's what that means. Woo! Messed that one up. Where's the Alicia? This one is the one that's a knockback. Yeah. What are these? Oof. Which one's going off first? Oh, I messed up. got the healer. I got the healer up. Get up. Oh my god. Oof. I gave that Astral res. Interesting. Come back next because there's towers. Decolation? Golden. No! Oh, so close. Attack, don't attack. Don't attack. Oh. I think people in that circle are still attacking? Because I wasn't attacking. That's weird. Yeah, you woke up to pain, serious pain. Okay, these are... Okay. Don't attack, okay. Elegant evisceration. Okay. Ooh, what? Okay. This part here, like, which one? I don't understand which one. Follow the crowd. Connect. Split that, split that. Oh my goodness. Can you stack, stack, stack? I mean, standing in the DPS one that says don't attack, not attacking. Am I doing something wrong, or am I standing in the wrong one?
See, when it doesn't mean not attack. You're supposed to not stand in the role that you're on. So if it's the DPS circle, don't stand in the DPS circle, stand in anything but the DPS.
Okay, I need to see that probably one or two more times. Why do I still have this on me? Oh shit! Ah, god damn it! I'm so trash at this one right now. The first three were great. The fourth one came and slapped the shit out of us. Blood rake. Stack in here. Oof, oof, oof. Westerly shift. Oh shit! No! Fuck! Yikes. Could be worse. Could be worse. Yikes. That one was wasn't too bad. I still have to see a few more of the actions. Thanks, yes. Thanks for the fanfare. Appreciate it. Let me roll this loot. Oh, there's a minion. Nosferatu minion. I want that chess piece. No, I don't want anything else. Give me the chess piece. Oh, I got the chess piece. I got 2 chess pieces. Nice. I think I need 4. I need 4 of the chess pieces to turn in.
Yeah.
GG. Yes, good timing for that fanfare. Ugh. I still died a lot in that fight. That was rough. Now, Femis, we end this here. Get him. Get him. Fools, I will not be put in chains. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It wasn't even his final form. To think that I would fall before one such as you, perhaps I should have treated you as more than a mere nuisance. Despite your victory, you shall never have the knowledge you seek. The secrets of my transformation, the secrets of my deception, they shall return to the star with me. You are wasting your breath, Hesperos. We have the upper hand now, surely you can see that. Yes, yes, my repertoire is not exhausted yet, however. Although I have failed, my end shall be on my terms. Yikes. Oh! Okay, if that's how you feel. I remain loyal to my very last. Come what may, I died with dignity. Yikes. That would look like a cool red mage sword. Oof. How did your ambition lead you so astray, Hesperos? You were better than that. Your star shone more brightly than any other in Pandemonium. You had La Habre's respect, his trust. What more did you seek? That you would forsake all that and sully your legacy besides. He became so blinded by his own desires that he lost sight of his duty. In the end, he lost everything, and his plans lie in tatters. I fail to see any dignity in that. Even so, I would have liked to know why he chose this path. Hesperus' infatuation with your father was his undoing. Perhaps he was jealous that fate had chosen you and not him to be La Habre's son. So terrible did this jealousy become that he sought verbatim power that La Habre would be unable to ignore. How does a pursuit for respect warp one's heart so? How does infatuation with one person turn into contempt for everything else? I've never heard of such a thing. It's not as uncommon as you might think. I see. I admit I cannot but find it vexing, but perhaps that signifies naught but my own capacity for bitterness. I do understand that what it is to have a beacon to follow in dark times, a person you trust to guide you true. How it is so desperately wish their light would fall upon you again. But we have spent enough time assuming the intentions of the departed. There are the living to consider. We must find the other waterers and round up the remaining creations forthwith. Of that, at least, we can be certain. So, I'm assuming throughout the week we're probably going to get more of the keywords. We're going to meet the rest of them, probably. I believe I can be of help in that matter. The influence of Hesperos' magic is fading throughout Asphodelos. Now is the perfect opportunity to seize control of the facilities and restore things to their original state. Seize control? You can really do that? Whoa. What? What is this presence? Ericthonios. What lies beyond that threshold? That's the passage which connects Asphodelos to Abyssos. Why? Be on your guard, you two. Now that Asphodelos is free of obstructions, I can more easily sense disturbances in the lower levels. Something stirs in Abyssos. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait. A warding sigil? How? Let us return to the gates for now. I should like to apprise the situation from there. Needless to say, our investigation is far from over. Yikes. Oof. Although we have defeated Hesperos, it appears we have but scratched the surface of Pandemonium's troubles. My head is still swimming with questions, but could this mean that Hesperos wasn't actually behind this? It is a stark possibility, yes. The root of this crisis may lie somewhere much deeper than even Abyssos. When we first encountered you, you said the memories of your escape were vague and that your senses were muddled. I believe this was more than the result of mad mind. Oh my god. I believe this was more than the result of a panicked mind. You were made to feel this way by a powerful magical influence. It was possible that this same magic could have poisoned Hesperos' heart, twisting his affection for La Habrea into a burning obsession. Then, in his altered state, he was made an offer of power he could not refuse. Wait, are you suggesting that someone else turned Hesperos into that thing? If so, it stands to reason that they wouldn't stop at him. Indeed, our mysterious mastermind does not lack for subjects for his experiments. For more potential hemithoi? If what you're saying is true, then my colleagues, they're doomed to share the same fate as Hesperos. Do not lose heart yet, Ericthonios. Hesperos challenged us along, and that tells me that the process of his creation was a long and taxing one. If he was the first Hemithios, then the rest of the waters are likely still alive. However, much as I would like to hasten deeper into Pandemonium, the way forward is sealed off. We must focus our efforts on finding a way through. With the creation still having free reign of Asphodelos, that won't be easy. On the contrary, I yet retain control of these circles and thus can wield intermittent magic within their halls at will. The creatures will pose no threat to us. Just like that, then nothing is stopping us from returning order to Asphodelos. Just so, I shall require your expertise to keep the peace after the subjects have been returned to their confinement. However, you are Asphodelos' sole remaining warder after all. Truth be told, I did not expect this investigation to become so involved. Of course, I would like to resolve matters here without resorting to outside help. But, do you mean to send a report to La Habrea? 'Tis too soon to say. Let us first find a way to Avisos. It would be best to withhold our judgment until we have ascertained the whereabouts of the other warders and the identity of the party responsible for their disappearance. Agreed. Even so, if it means saving even a single life within Pandemonium, then I'm not above asking La Habrea for help, should it come to that. Recent discoveries certainly paint Hesperos' actions in a new light. The number of unknown elements in this investigation grows, and we must proceed forward with the utmost caution. To that end, Ericthonius and I shall remain here for the time being. Much as I enjoy your company, I do not believe we shall be needing protection so long as we remain in Asphodelos. You should take this time to rest. Surely you are weary, and there may be more battles ahead of us. Nemes's burden may grow heavier in your absence, but he's shown that he's more than capable to bear it. Still, I would help wheresoever I am able. All we've achieved so far has been thanks to you two, and I mean to repay the debt I owe. I don't know what use I can be outside of placating the creatures, but I will find a way. Nonsense. You owe us nothing. It was thanks to your knowledge of the magics which govern this place that we were able to come this far. Elsewise, we would have likely succumbed to the hippocampus' assault. Each of us has arrived at this dire pass by separate path. But it is only by combining our respective expertise that we will reach the end of it and see Pandemonium saved. Gotta work together. Thank you, Themis. Hesperos' words seem to have affected me more than I realized. Together we've come this far, and together we'll reach the end. That's right. I have no doubt we will. Even so, let us allow Ashitaka his rest. Yes. Yes. Besides, you have someone awaiting a report on your progress, yes? I dare say your story will be much more than they ever imagined. Yeah. These guys want me to rest. Interesting. Go back to Aporia. Oh, that last fight was rough. Not too bad. Been through rougher. Alright, everybody just happens to be here. Alright, Claudian. Claudian, I'm back. Welcome, Ashitaka, back from the past. None the worse for wear, I see. So, what did you find? I found this Alucard looking guy. And he slapped the shit out of all of us. And I couldn't eat my pizza. So there is evil afoot in Pandemonium, an already ominous place, I must say. Mythic beasts and missing mortars. Truly, we are fortunate to see you return to this place in one piece. Return to us in one piece. It appears the voice Ashitaka heard from the crystal spoke the truth. As for who left it behind and why, those are yet questions to be answered. Nemgigi. Indeed, it could be someone who lived among the ancients, or it could be someone trying to avert a tragedy from the future. Much remains shrouded in mystery. Yet ilm by ilm we shall unveil that mystery. With the help of Ashitaka, of course. By his actions was the fabric of the past reshaped, yet he returns to the same present he left. Which can only mean one thing, that his intervention in Pandemonium's crisis is but one of the countless building blocks of history upon which our present has been built. There is no telling what consequences would arise if we stopped pursuing this matter now. Whatever plot is unraveling within Pandemonium, we must not let it reach its conclusion. If one of those creatures should escape, what ripples would carry forth to the future? They might wreak havoc upon the world of the ancients, and their despair would leave an inedible mark upon history's pages. That despair would only feed the terrible beast that aroused during the final days. The first final days already had a drastic effect on the eons that followed. If the scars it left were made even deeper, then we risk losing our present entirely. Whatever the cost, our connection with the future of Elpis must be preserved. I know I have asked much of you already, but can I count on you to continue your work in Pandemonium?
Yep. On the next episode.
Your tireless efforts are much appreciated. If there is aught we can do to ease your burden, you need only say the word. Speaking of which, might you return the crystal into our keeping? While we cannot accompany you to the past, perhaps something can be gained by researching it further. Okay. Give the crystal back. Ah, it shines just as splendidly as the day we met. We shall begin work right away, but I cannot promise any meaningful results for some time. And as matters in Elpis seem to be in a similar state, I must ask that you rest. But before that, allow me to make an introduction. As our research moves into its critical stage, I found it only suitable to recruit another assistant. Huh? Mylene is an expert in armaments from throughout history, be they from the far-flung past or made in the most modern forges. Should you find aught of interest in your adventures, bring it here and she'll be glad to offer her services. We know researchers in numerous fields that would love to get their hands on artifacts from bygone eras, and would give you goods in return that should aid you in trials ahead. Awesome. Furthermore, if you ever wish to peruse the records of events you have reported here, Nemgigi has been taking faithful and thorough notes. She is at your complete disposal. Awesome. That's great. It's nice. Good to have support. I sense that we have embarked upon something monumental, something that will dwarf all else I have accomplished in my many years of research. I can't think of no greater honor, no reassurance, than to have your capable assistance in this endeavor. If there is anything to be found that will contribute to your success, we shall find it. We shall not rest until we have unlocked the mysteries of this crystal, and you will be the first to know when we do.
Great.
Awesome. Awesome. Some materia 9s. Bunch of materials.
Alright. Looks like we have to wait until next week. But, those are some crazy circles. I need more practice on that fourth one. Let's check out what gear I can get. Where is it? Mylene? Mylene? Hi, Mylene. Mylene. I can get earrings? How much? Yeah, I need 4 for the chest. Okay. It looks like I can get 1 ring. Limbo ring of casting. I can get 1 ring. Turning that in. Alright, next week I gotta get 2 more chess pieces. So, it's gonna take me 1 more week to get 2 chess pieces
and a helmet. The weapon? She has the weapon? No, there's no weapons here. Not yet. Probably on this side. Okay. Well, that be that. Update it. I got a new right ring. A level 580. Yikes. Yikes. Okay. Good to know. And that was cool. Let me return. On that note, the warrior of light shall get his rest. Literally and figuratively. Can I go in here? No. Those are some cool fights. Curious to see what they're gonna do for the next 4 turns next week. Oof. Alright guys, that's all she wrote. Just wanted to knock that out. Good thing I knocked that out. But I'm gonna call it here. That was riveting. I will. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being here. That was pretty cool. I'm gonna be grinding those throughout the week. And practicing those. Until next time, I'm knocking out. I'm knocking out. Servers are gonna be crazy. Everybody's gonna try to be logging in to try to complete that. Good luck. I did. That was fun. That was fun. That was interesting. Good to have new raids. I'll see you guys in like 12 hours or so. Late.